thetruth.org made a fucking horror game. What? Hold on, I gotta read this fucking description. What is this place? To your horror, you find yourself in a hellish labyrinth, trapped behind a steel cage. There are three others unfortunate enough to join you. A voice explains that one of you will get out. You will need to breathlessly run through an abandoned high school, a creepy hospital, a terrifying morgue, and seemingly the depths of hell itself, racing against your peers. You will need to keep your wits about you, solve insidious clues, avoid demonic obstacles, and ultimately find your way to the exit before it's too late. Four will enter, but only one will leave. Will it be you? So we already got a little bit of a fucking truth, whatever the propaganda or whatever they be spreading.
I didn't even read that shit. I just downloaded the game because I thought it was gonna be a.
You're in a mouth?
Huh?
Bro, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I got ate by that shit.
What the hell? See, kids, this is
Like
what happens when you vape.
Pack of cigarettes, Zach.
It's rated 2.6 stars. Yeah, I'm finna read the fucking reviews.
Half the people voted it 5 stars and then half voted it 1. Or like 40% voted it 5 stars and 60% voted it 1 star. Bro, look at the reviews, bro.
You said how many? Because on here it's a lot different. Out of 211 ratings, 1 star has the most. There's like over 100 people with 1 star ratings.
Yeah. Bro, look at the comments.
Not a game advertisement. I have never wanted to smoke after any experience, but this was an exception. The worst horror game in history. This game, if you may call it so, has to be one of the worst I've ever played. This is even compared to Agony the game, which I received as part of a fanatical bundle of games. I would desperately redirect anyone who has the intention of playing this game to literally anything else. I was...
I'm gonna comment on there. This game made me go outside and touch grass.
Lowest rated. There's only 9 reviews on here. Like 9 comment reviews.
Oh, there was like a bunch on Xbox.
I'm gonna go on its website. Review.
I'm finna air fry a burger.
True achievements. God damn, this man wrote a whole fucking essay on this shit.
Bro, cause I bet 90% of the people who played the game didn't know it was the truth game until they got to the end.
Was this is a big bold orange letters, thetruth.org.
No. Hold on. It's on my stream, but they got a whole ass message at the end.
This dude wrote a whole fucking paragraph for this. This game came out in 2019. I'm finna read this. Wow, when Microsoft touted the initiative's prowess and quadruple A pedigree, I didn't think they'd aim this high. Jokes about underwhelming exclusives aside, One Leaves is just bizarre. It's stupid. It's painfully on the nose. Smoking is bad, kids. Don't do it or you'll be stuck forever in edgelord hell. And it's also horribly optimized. For starters, One Leaves runs on the Unreal Engine. Which one? Good luck guessing that. It doesn't say. If it's on 4, you wouldn't know it. Even calling this an Unreal Engine 3 game is pushing it. The worst of the worst from that era. Damnation. Looks like a high caliber, visually polished masterpiece. Damnation! Oh, The worst of the worst from that era, Damnation, looks like a high-caliber, visually polished masterpiece in comparison to this. I thought I was looking at a Unity asset flip when I saw Unreal Engine in the loading screen. I wouldn't be surprised if this was Unreal Engine 1. But okay, visuals aren't everything, you might say, and you're right. The
Bro,
music,
the game was like jittery as hell, bro.
hold on, the music is alright. I actually enjoyed it a lot. And it's the only reason I'm giving this game half a star. It's a little moody with varying layers of orchestral type strings, and in the final stretch of the mercifully short game, you'll actually feel, for a brief second, that there are stakes and genuine danger lurking when it's howling at you in the dark. Moody Sewers looking for the final escape. The downside, it loops pretty often, and the short tracks only further highlight the issues with this wreck. The only voice in this game, the Smoker Guide, as I'll refer to him, is a thing. He's doing his best with what he has, which is trying to scare you with a gravely voice about how smoking is bad without saying smoking is bad. He tries to cheer you on to get out, to urge and scare you into escaping the foul, the foul, the foul edgy hell pit that would make Silent Hill burst into laughter. But eventually he starts to sound the same no matter what he's saying, which he does actually, as his voice lines will play over one another if you progress too fast through the game. What?
Not wrong, bro.
It's a bit amusing to hear him taunt you to get to the electric lung open, what? While simultaneously talking about how opening it and getting the flashlight is not $1,000,000, but still good. One leave setting is on the topic stupid. It's a school, because this is aimed at those teens who thumb their nose at academia while smoking 16 cigs all at once behind school and flipping off the principal when he passes by in his lame ass Ford Fiesta. What the fuck? One leaves us cool. Or it wants to be. It really, really wants to be. It claws and bites so toothlessly in an attempt to instill fear and unease in you that it becomes comical. Smoker
Bro,
Guide shouting, "Go! Run!" in the final push of the game, or the body bags that cough and wheeze when you walk past them.
I
The
ain't gonna lie, bro. I done played. I've played mobile games.
Yeah, I would too. I don't know why my headset just turned off. Hold on. Let me finish reading this shit. This shit is hilarious. The incredibly rare, actually interesting moments, a giant skull biting you if you pick a wrong path, are few and far between. Likely because they still had to play it safe. It has to be just edgy enough to appeal to the rebellious youth, but it can't be too dark. It tries to tap in to a mix of Saw and Silent Hill, with weird rattling doors and empty rooms with desks aligned around fence cages with holes in them indicating something has escaped. All the world building and desperate fear building flies out the door the moment you realize there's nothing chasing you. Dude, I'm not even halfway through this shit. Oh my god. The scary thing that you're surrounded and being hounded by, it's supposed to be cigarettes. Cancer sticks, yes. And what they do is quite damaging. But the real facts anti-cigarette campaign has dived too far into this. But the real facts anti-cigarette campaign has dived too far into this dark, edgy territory and now seem to say you'll totally soil your pants after playing this and learning what cigarettes really do. Because apparently, they turn your world into a stupid Saw knockoff. And some of the other kids in the hellhole, your friends who are trying to get out before you, will run by you when you're crawling towards an opening in a vent or rushing down a hall. One of them looks like he's got a massive dump in his pants as he runs/waddles down the hall. That's the nicest thing I can say about the animations. Oh right, this is just an advertisement. Don't smoke, even if the game is bad enough to make you crave the poison. Speaking of poison, the gameplay is absolutely horrendous. It is poison in the shape of your Xbox controller. You can walk around fine. You can quite easily run too. But it all feels clunky. You interact with A, opening doors, pulling levers, and crawling through ducts with the button. Each time you climb into an air duct, however, the game stutters. It freezes for a solid 3 seconds and then allows you to resume control.
He's not lying at all.
I imagine because it has to both load the different style of gameplay, which is the same but it disables jump, of crawling through a small vent, and also the rest of the ugly, ugly map. It's hideous, blurry, and the numerous piles of bricks lying around the school are floppy. What? The flash, huh?
Like the texture, I was looking at it, I was like, bro, the texture's not supposed to be off the wall like this.
You think all the bricks floppy, bro. The flashlight can eat certain textures and make them appear invisible, which is particularly notable with windows that look into classrooms. The frame rate is never solid either, despite looking like a half-assed Sega Dreamcast title at the best of times. The lack of technical competency on display is shocking, as long hallways and transitions to different rooms can often both cause jittery, spiked frames. Interacting, too, can be spotty at times and require you to be right up on something, mashing your acne-riddled face into it, or sometimes just randomly able to interact from 10 feet away. Maybe using those sick cigarette powers, bruh. The cherry on top of all of this, it's an Xbox One exclusive. And in a way, One Leaves exemplifies the entire Xbox One generation. Not sure. Now, sure, Microsoft didn't publish this, but it's still all too fitting just the same. I don't blame the developers at all for the way this ended up. It was an advertisement game not meant to light the world on fire, and probably only had a shoestring budget. They did what they could with everything involved. The real cost, however, the real cost, which is the truth basically, however, should be ashamed of trying to squeeze out what is now the textbook example of digital excretion onto this or any marketplace. Laugh at it from a distance. Play only if you've got intense jitters and need to hear the achievement pings. And if you see the developers of this game, offer them a cigarette and a hug. Lord knows they probably need it. Oh my god. That's how it ends.
Bro, 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 nigga uploaded his school project, bro.
Bro wrote an entire fucking essay, bro.